Hello, good morning. Thank you so much for being here. I am just going to take a minute to make this video visible to every one of us. Good morning. This is our second session for today. Good morning. Thank you so much, Facebook. Let's give a moment to Facebook to share this video. Good morning, Louisa from Canada. Thank you for being here. It's good to have you live today.
Yeah, I like the email trail.
That feels so good. Good morning.
When we originally contacted her.
Thank you so much, guys. Good
Her,
morning.
we're following up on the.
I am just trying to get the guest online.
It's like a programming number or something. Because we emailed her about that before.
Thank you.
I don't know why it keeps happening.
Okay. I'm just trying to bring our guest here. And we are about to get this party started. Okay. This is going to happen in a minute. Thank you so much, guys. We have people joining from different pages. And I just need you to know that if you're not on my page, I might not be able to see you right away. But I really do appreciate you for making up time to be here. Yes, that's our guest is trying to come on. Hello. Okay, it's taking a minute. Great, so we're gonna get things started. If this is your very first time, you're onto the Civilized presence and you are in the right place at the right time. We're just trying to get our guest on. He's all the way from Africa, and sometimes the network can be unfriendly. Perfect, he's right here now. You're gonna see him right away. Hello, Matthew. Thank you. Hi, Matthew. Hi, how are you?
Yeah, good morning, Louisa.
Good morning.
I'm
Thank
good.
you
I'm
for
good.
being here. Hello, Bradley Brooks. Thank you so much for joining us. And we're
Thank you.
just gonna
Thank you for having me.
thank you. We're just gonna jump in. So hello, good morning, everyone. If you're just joining us for the very first time, this is the Civilized Presence, and we are here every Mondays and Fridays at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Today we do have a bonus session because I wasn't here last week, and I did promise that I was going to do 2 sessions today, and I kept to my promise, okay? Because you are very special to us. Last week I was at the John Maxwell conference, so I couldn't be here, and I did miss you all, but I am here today. So let me know where you're joining us from. If you can just pop it in the comment box below and just say hello and the city that you're joining us from. So this is session number 32. Hello, Dr. Lukoko. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, this is our second session that we're having this morning, and we really do appreciate you for making our time. I think there's a lot of noise from your end, Matthew. There might be a lot of noise.
It's a bit calm.
Can
It's a bit quiet here. Let me shut the door
okay.
and see if it's okay this way.
Yes, please. That's a lot better. So we do appreciate you all for being here, and this is session number 32. And it has been so great. We started having all of these sessions in the month of April, and we've been paddling along and having fun with it. Now, for the month of August, we are really focusing on the young people, the young adults, parents, and families. And, it is the holiday season, and we thought we could have some sessions that would add value to our young people. So if this is your very first time and you've never ever met me before, my name is Louisa Akaiso, and I am a certified master civility trainer, a golden role civility statesman, and a leadership expert. And if you want to know what I do, I work confidently with leaders and professionals that place great importance in themselves and their reputation. So, Matthew, there's still a lot of noise from your background. Can you shut it
It's
down? I'm
it's
not
totally
sure.
quiet here right now. It's
Okay,
totally
I'm
quiet
not
here.
sure what's going on. Wow, that's interesting. I'm not sure what's going on, but it's a little bit
But can you
noisy.
hear me?
Um, I can hear you loud and clear. It's just the background noise. Now, if you're watching from any other page, I might not be able to see you right away. But if you do, share a comment, like this page, love this video, and share it on your personal page. Or if you're not here live, you can still have access to the rebroadcast later on my page. Now, try to give us some wow, some love, some likes, because Facebook does something really great with the videos when you have a lot of likes and love. Hello, Coach Eric. Thank you so much for being here. There's a lot of noise on the line, and we're just trying to have fun here. I'm not sure what's going on, but I do believe that things are going to get a lot better. Thank you so much for your patience, guys. Hello, Pauline. And Pauline is from Thailand. Woohoo! Thank you, Coach Pauline or Dr. Pauline, for being here. So we're just going to jump right in because we've had one session this morning. If you missed the session this morning, you can have access to it on my page. But before we get started, let me share with you the definition of civility, and that's the one from Civility Experts. It is a conscious awareness of the impact of one's thoughts, actions, words, and intentions on others, combined with a continuous acknowledgement of one's responsibility to ease the experience of others. Example, through restraint, kindness, non judgment, respect, and courtesy, and a consistent effort to adopt and exhibit civil behavior as a non negotiable point of one's character. Now, if that was a mouthful for you, that's fine. What is important that you get away from this session is for you to be responsible to continuously ease the experience of others. Hello, Success from Florida. Thank you so much for being here. So, civility is about paying attention to the person next to you, being able to apologize earnestly. So if you could just give us all the loves and the likes, we will really do appreciate you doing that for us. And together, we can build a community of like-minded individuals. And you can share it on your page because we're going to share some really valuable content. Okay, I've been away for one full week learning, so you can imagine what's going to be coming on this session. Now, before I continue, I'm going to introduce to you who our guest is for today, and his name is Matthew Femi Adedoyin. Matthew is a certified family life coach, addiction recovery therapist, sexuality educator, and developmental psychologist. He is a dynamic and prolific teacher, humorist, strategist, maverick, and a blend of gifts. What is very important is that he's a certified master practitioner of the NLP and is also a trainer of neurocognitive consonance. Now, guys, join me as we welcome our guest, who is Matthew Femi Adedoyin. So, Matthew, can you take a minute to say hello to our audience? Can you say hello to
Good
the
morning,
audience? Can
good
you hear
afternoon
me,
from
Matthew?
Nigeria. Good morning, everybody. Um, it's it's a great privilege being on this platform. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, your network is not so friendly today. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but can you hear me? I can hear you
Absolutely.
clearly. But can you
Yes.
hear me?
Yes, I can. Go for it.
Okay. Good good afternoon from Nigeria. Good morning, America. It's a privilege to be on this. Daniel Adeni, Francis
Okay,
Arilam, Kende for
guys.
joining me. Thank you, Louisa, for bringing me to your platform. It's such a great privilege to serve humanity. And you are looking so gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the
The
compliment.
network is terrible here.
Yes, it is. I'm not sure why. I'm just considering
Can you hear
maybe we
me?
should take you off. Very faintly. Can you disconnect and come back in? Is that okay? It's very difficult to hear you totally. It's a lot better now. How is it from your
Okay, I think
end?
I'm back.
Okay.
The network is fairly better now, but can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can. So we're just going to jump into this session
Okay.
because we don't want to lose you. And so, Matthew, thank you for being here. So, for those of you who have never met Matthew, Matthew is called or fondly called the Apostle, and he's also a principal consultant at the Resort Mind Company, and that's a family life coaching therapy and sex addiction recovery organization. He works with a lot of young people using the concept of the NLP, and I thought it would be great for us to bring him on our session and really to see how we can work together and talk about the young people of parenting, becoming an intentional parent using cognitive reprogramming and civility. And that's the topic for today. So, becoming an intentional parent. Now, if you have any parents that are in your network, please hit on them and bring them online because Matthew is here and he has some valuable nuggets that he's ready to share with them. And now, you don't want to miss this, guys. I know that the network has been a little bit crappy. Hello, Mirella from Canada. Thank you so much for being here. But Matthew is really good at what he does. He does a lot of trainings, train the trainer programs, and it's also a life coach and very well known in Nigeria or in Lagos, Nigeria. He's very well known. So he's someone that you would want to learn from this morning. So, Matthew, how this works is that I'm just going to ask you questions and you talk to the audience about the questions. So, the first question for you would
That's
be,
very perfect.
what is your view on the concept of civility? And you can use any examples that you have. Over to you, Matthew.
Okay, civility for me is ability to take responsibility and serve people. Taking responsibility and serving people. I'm a family life coach. I will use family as an example. I would say, for example, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay, I would say that me serving my wife and serving my daughter, or my wife serving me and serving our daughter is civility. And our commitment to be responsible for our family is civility. And I would want to treat my wife the way I want to be treated. And I want my wife to treat me the way she wants to be treated. And that's our definition of civility. And our commitment to make sure that each and every one of the family is better for being a member of the family. For his civility is simply saying that taking responsibility and serving each other by making commitment to do that. So that's the concept of civility for me as a family life coach.
Thank you so much. And I think that you said it all. Civility is focused on positive people's treatment, being responsible of our actions and how it is being perceived by the other person. Civility is connected to the golden rule, treating other people the way you want to be treated. So every time that you want to do
Yeah.
something, take a minute to think, how would the other person feel? Okay, it's not all about us. Civility is about stepping out of your box of being so
Yeah.
eccentric and all about me and just trying to add value to the next person. So thank you so
Yeah,
much.
it's about putting yourself in in the other person's shoes, feel what the person is feeling, empathy basically, and taking responsibility for your action and inaction towards the person. So as a family life coach, civility for us in our family is taking responsibility, being empathetic, and serving each other with commitment. So that's basically what civility is to us in our family.
Thank you so much, Coach Matthew. Now I have another question for you. I know that you
Okay.
work a lot with a lot of families in the area of parenting. Now, can you explain to our audience what is intentional parenting? Can you explain that to our audience and who is a parent? Over to
First
you.
of all, let me define who a parent. Let me define who a parent is. A parent is anybody that has the highest influence in the life of a child. Anybody that has the highest influence in the life of a child. It doesn't matter whether the person bettered the child or not. As long as the person or the teen has the highest influence in the life of the child, the person is the parent of the child. So to be an intentional parent is somebody that wants to parent deliberately and have influence in the life of a child deliberately. So, like I always say, if Beyonce has the highest influence in the life of your child, you are not the parent of the child. Beyonce is the parent of the child.
Mm.
So, if R. Kelly, if Davido or Lamide has the highest influence in the life of your child, R. Kelly or Lamide and parent of your child. So it doesn't matter whether you are alive or not. The highest influencer in the life of your child, the first social agent in the life of your child is the real parent of your child. You could be the father, you could be the mother. Father, being a father just means you are the sperm donor. Being the mother means you are the ovary donor. The highest influencer in the life of the child becomes the real parent of the child. And you can be an intentional parent when you deliberately say you want to take responsibility and you want to deliberately influence the child in making the child be all what the child can be, or use you modeling, you becoming the mentor, becoming the role model, mingling and managing the child in totality for the child to become everything the child wants to become. So a parent is anybody with the highest influence. An intentional parent is somebody that is deliberate about the impact, the influence he wants to make in the life of the child. Is that fine?
Thank you so much, Coach Matthew. Hello, Kate. Thank you for joining us from Nigeria. Hello, Dalai Hurushikesh. I'm sorry if I did not pronounce your name right, but thank you for being here. Let us know where you're joining us from because we really do appreciate your being here. Now, Matthew, we have a lot of parents online, and this is a very important topic. Now, I know that it is important for our parents to get involved in the lives of their children. Hello, Dr. Gloria. Thank you for being here. Hello, Dio Samuel. Thank you so much for being here. Now, sometimes parents miss that point. Okay, they're kind of disconnected from the child. And so a lot of things begin to show up in the life of the child. Now, I want you to speak it back to our audience and emphasize why it is so important that parents can work closely with their children and be involved in every affairs of their children. Over to you, Coach Matthew.
Okay, I would say first of all that to parent in the 21st century is a very difficult task. Parenting will test your stamina and your sanity. It is not easy to parent a child in 21st century, and I give it up for everybody that is planning to be a parent. And one of the things I let people know is that you can be a good man and be a good woman but be a bad parent. You can be a good husband and be a good wife and be a bad parent. Parenting is learned the same way. It's a role and responsibility. Parenting doesn't just jump on you. It is not good for you to say because you're a married man or a married woman to just bring children into this world. You must be deliberate about what you want your child to become. And that is why family value is very, very key in parenting. When there's individual values, there are family values, you cannot inculcate the value into children. I said there are four developmental stages in children. The first developmental stage is the modeling stage. It's the ages between ages 0 and ages 5. Children do not learn from what you say, they learn from what you do at this age. Between ages 0 and 5, your children want to see what you're doing. They live by your example. So you are modeling what you want them to become. If you begin to lie to them at that age, they model lying and they become a perpetual liar. So after the modeling stage, then there's the mentoring stage. where you as a mother, as a father, you begin to be their first role model. You become their social agent of socialization, because if you do not socialize with them, something or someone else will socialize with them and you may not like it. Like I always say to my audience, I say there are so many children whose parents are alive but they are orphans. An orphan is anybody whose parent is not available to take his or her responsibility. It doesn't matter whether the parent is alive or not. As long as you are not available to take your responsibility on a child, your child is an orphan. So the question you will ask yourself as a parent is, are my children orphans because I'm not available to take my responsibility? So if you could not model your children, and you cannot mentor them between ages 0 and ages 12, then you are not working as an intentional parent. Individuating in psychology, individuating in the child starts at the age of 2, and the child becomes an individual at the age of 12. It means that a child starts forming his or her character at the age of 2, and by the age of 12, the character of the child is formed. If as a parent you are not the highest influencer in the life of the child between ages 12, then you are not an intentional parent. So between ages 2 and 12, you have to model, then you have to mentor the child to become all the child can be. Then from ages 13, you need to start socializing with those children. To become an effective parent, you need to be the student to your children. To become an effective teacher, you need to be a student to your children. So as a parent, you need to start mingling with them. Let them bring their friends home. Let them know, begin to know what they know. Begin to learn what they are learning. Begin to be sure that the values you have taught them, they are living in that value. Because if you did not do a job well between ages 2 and 12, you will be struggling with what the child knows. Let me give an example. I have a client presently who think that the daughter is not living the values she was taught at home. By the time I began to make my inquiry, I saw that she was not intentional about the value she was teaching the child. Anything comes and take away the child from the home. So the child did not spend more time with her. She believed that by giving the child gifts, um she's parenting the child well. She has forgotten that your children need your presence than your present. They need your physical appearance and physical presence than what gift you're giving to them. So she believed that by her gift she's doing a good job as a parent, whereas the child wants her presence. Be available, be at home all the time. Let me tell you what challenges I'm facing as a teenager, but she was not available for the child at that period. And the child began to live the value she was taught outside. And now she's shouting and she's regretting what is happening to her child. And she had to call on me to come and help the child or help the family bring the child with my tools of NLP and my tools of cognitive programming. I began to teach the child the family values and the family vision. And it's a serious issue, because when a child's character is formed, it is very difficult to begin to change the child. It is easier to repair a child than to build a child than repair an adult. At the age of 12, it is difficult to start building a child. A child we did not build between ages 2 and 12, it is very difficult to start building the child at the age of 12. So it's a lot of reprogramming, a lot of cognitive reprogramming that we have to do to build the child. I hope I answer your question.
Absolutely, that was great. And thank you so much, Anna, for being here from Virginia. I can see a lot of other people online, but if you're not on my personal page, I might not be able to notice you right away. But I want you to know that I care about you and thank you for being here. Now, back to you, Coach Matthew, and let's be realistic. What do parents want from their children? And what do you think children and young adults want from their parents? Over to you, Coach Matthew.
Okay, I will start by answering what children want from their parents before answering what parents want from their children, because I work with teenagers a lot. Sometime in 2012, I did a survey in the University of Lagos and other university, and I was asking the kids what would they want their children, what would they want me to tell their parents, and in summary, what they're saying is that majority of their parents are hypocrites. Many of them want to do something, and the parents want them to do something else. That the problem we have is that a lot of parents want to live their own dream in the life of their children. So let's say a mother that wants to be a lawyer and could not be a lawyer. That mother forces her child to go to school, study law, go to law school, and become a lawyer. So the majority of the children said the parents pretend as if they were never kids before. They pretend as if they have never been in their shoes before. That a lot of children want their parents to understand them. That I have this teenage girl, just 15 years old. She says, "Sir, my mom do not understand." I said, what do you want your mom to understand? He said, "My mom do not understand that I have hormones ranging. That I see guys and I like guys that my mom do not understand." And how, teenager at the age of 15, and the mom is seeing a guy with the daughter and is screaming, "What are you doing with that guy?" And the guy is saying, "Mom, I love this guy." And he said, "How are you able to understand me that my mom could not understand me?" And I said, "Your mom is just trying to protect you." But what we fail to know as parents is this: we, in the name of protecting our children, we do overprotection. And when you overprotect them, we make them irresponsible. Well, when we make them irresponsible and we give them enough freedom, it's a problem. Like I was sharing with you yesterday, I said every children need freedom and responsibility. They need freedom and responsibility. If you give them responsibility without freedom, it's dangerous. If you give them freedom without responsibility, you are building an incompetent child. So let me summarize what the children want their parents to know in five. Number one, every child needs someone to imitate. They need a mentor and a role model. Number two, they need something to believe. They need value and believe. So if the parents are not teaching them value and belief, they will look for something else. Number three, they need something to become. They need purpose, passion, potential. Number four, they need somewhere to belong. They need a family. They need friends. They need a group of like minds to discuss with. And number five, they need freedom and responsibility. I will go back to the five things I mentioned. Number one, they need someone to imitate, a role model and a mentor. They need something to believe, values and belief system. They need something to become, passion, potential, and purpose. They need somewhere to belong, family and friends, and they need freedom and responsibility. If parents can give these five things to their children, the children will believe that my parents understand me. Then what do parents want from their children? Parents just want their children to be obedient. However, the problem we have is that our definition of obedience is totally different from our children's definition of obedience. Many parents' definition of obedience is a child that will be a coward, that a child that they will just dominate, a child that they will just subdue. So when a child is going against being dominated, the parents say the child is stubborn or the child is not listening. So the parents should understand that, hey, the way our parents parented us in the 20th century, in the 19th century, is not the same way we can parent our children in the 21st century. Parenting in the 21st century is a very big task. It is difficult to parent a child in 21st century, and I'll keep saying that. So to be a parent, you must be ready, you must be prepared, you must know the way to show the way. If you don't know the way, you will not be able to show the way. So what parents want from children is for their children to become responsible. But if you want them to be responsible, you need to give them a bit of freedom. And for you to give them a bit of freedom, you must also give them responsibility. I hope I answered your question.
Absolutely, you answered it great. And I'm just going to go back to the 5 points for our audience and what children need from parents. So, in order for you to be an intentional parent, what your children require of you is to be a mentor and a role model. And in order for you to be a mentor and a role model, you must be able, the change has to start from you. If you do not have something
Absolutely.
that they can mirror or see in you that they want to be like you, then you're not a role model to them. The second thing is the need of family. Do you have a family? The family is not just a building. The family, can the children rely on you to have a good relationship with you? Can they trust you? It's very important. They need values, they need freedom, and they need something to become, which is a potential. Thank you so much. So, our final question today, Coach Matthew, and this has been great. Hello, Esther. Thank you so much for joining us. Hello, Colleen, Cornell. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you guys. And this is the civilized presence. You are in the right place at the right time.
Thank you.
Now, if you
Thank you
are
for
going to
having
be
me,
here,
Loisa.
we still have one more question, Coach Matthew. I'm just trying to talk to the audience. If you did
All right.
not, if you're just joining us, we're going to have this video on my page, on my Facebook page, my business page, So Unique Expert, and you can have access to the replay. So if you're just joining us, don't beat yourself up. You're okay. You can have access to the replay at a later time. Now, Coach Matthew, my final question for you would be, what would you consider to be a true test of parenting? And please elaborate on this, because it's very
Okay.
important for the parents who are on the line or families who are on the line to understand what is a true test of parenting. What makes them that intentional parent? Over to you, Coach Matthew.
All right. Let me first of all say that the true test of parenting is what your child becomes when you were not there. Whatever your child becomes when you are not available is the true test of your parenting. So if your child is a good child in your presence and is a bad child out when you are not there, that means you are not intentional in your parenting. So the character, the values your child lives when you are not there is the true test of your parenting. And how do you test your parenting? I was talking about the modeling, the mentoring stages. So I was talking about the modeling and the mentoring stage. In developmental stages, there are four. After the modeling stage and the mentoring stage, the next stage is the mingling stage, which is the socialization stage. And in the socialization stage is when you know whether the values you have taught them, they are living by it. At the socialization stage is when they bring their friends home, when you are sure that you've done a good job as a parent. Then the final stage is the managing stage. That is the test of your parenting. The managing stage is the test of your parenting. If at the managing stage you are still struggling to correct your child for what you have taught him or her, then you have not done a job intentionally. At the managing stage is when you test whether you have done a fantastic job. At the managing stage is when you know if your child is not living in the value you've taught your child, it means you've not done a job well. It means you were not intentional. And your child will only live the value of the highest influencer in his or her life. Remember, my definition of parenting is a parent is anyone that has the highest influence in the life of your child. So if at the managing stage, which is the ages 18 to 21, your child is not living the value you've taught him or her, it means that the person that has the highest influence in your child is the one that has parented the child well, and that is the value the child is living. So the value your child lives when you are not there is the test of your parenting. The character and the behavior of your child when you are not there is the test of your parenting. What your child becomes when you are not there is the test of your parenting. So as a parent, if your child is a good boy before you and a bad boy when you are not there, it means you were not intentional in your parenting, or someone else is the parent of the child. That someone else may be the media. That someone else may be Kim Kardashian. That someone else may be Kanye West. That someone else may be somebody. But if you have the highest influence, then the test of your parenting will show in your managing stage. I hope I answered the question very elaborately.
Absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. I had to laugh because there are a lot of children whose parents are the media. They don't get so
Yep.
much
There are a lot of parents.
support from the home. A lot of children rely on the media for influence. A lot of children
They are
rely
keeping
on
the no,
the TV. Absolutely. And it's
they are
not
keeping up with the
necessarily
Kardashians because
uh,
their parent is not available.
absolutely, absolutely. So thank you so much. So parents in the house, thank you for being here. We're just getting to the top of the hour. If you do have any questions, leave it in the box below. Coach Matthew is here. He's ready to answer the questions that has to do with parenting. Intentional parenting is his message because he believes that a parent is one who has the greatest influence in the life of the child. Now, ask yourself this question: do you have a great influence in the life of your child? Or do you just think that you are a parent because you brought them to the world? I believe that there are a lot of contents, a lot of nuggets that you can learn from. If that is what has happened in your life, it's not too late. You can learn today. Go back on this video and read and listen to this video. Jot down the points and try to work with your children. Try to interact with them. Try to build a good relationship with them. Try to get involved with everything that they do. Do not wait till the last minute and your child shows up as a monster and you begin to ask, what happened? And if you're from the part of the world where I come from, my parents are Africans, you find that the father blames it on the mom blames it on the father, and we begin to blame it on
Absolutely.
everybody.
We
Now,
live in the
now we can
blame game
avoid that.
culture.
Absolutely. So thank you so much, Coach Matthew. And just before we go, I just want you guys to know that if you want to join this great team of people who add value to everyone, and you want to do what we do, we have the Train the Trainer program that's coming up in Virginia, in Nigeria, in Ghana, in London, UK. And this is for individuals and professionals that are interested in acquiring a certification in civility at work or courtesy coach. Now, courtesy coach is civility for the young people. If you want to become a confidence, courage, and courtesy coach, send me an email. It's Louisa at thecivilityacademy.com. You can also go to my website. It's thecivilityacademy.com. Now, I want to remind you that we have our program that is starting right away. It is called the Kids Blaze program, and that's for children ages 5 to 10. And we will be using the Golden Rule civility curriculum for this program. This program is totally free. All that I need you to do is to register your children or any child that is around you. Hello, Teka from Coach Teka is in the house from Canada. Thank you so much for being here. Now, when Coach Teka gets here, she's here to say, Louisa, 30 minutes is done. You need to go. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. And thank you, Coach Matthew. We will bring you back
Thank you
again
for having
in
me.
a later date because I do know that
Thank
you
you.
have a lot of valuable content, and I've seen all of the work that you are doing on social media.
Thank you
I've
for
seen all
having
of
me.
the work that you are doing and working with the young people. Thank you. I really have to appreciate you for all the work that you're doing. You are such a
Thank you
great
so much for having
personality
me.
for
I
us to be
appreciate you.
connected with. Okay, so I think we have a question on the line. It said, kind of disagreeable here. A well known pastor's daughter got pregnant at age 19. Does it mean the man, just one second, I'm trying to read this up. Does it mean the man of God didn't do good parenting? No matter how you brush up a child, some of them have an inbuilt, just one second, an inbuilt moral characters and mindset. So it is by the grace of God. Some parents too could put in little effort, but yet some comes out great. I truly believe that God has the greatest part in life. Do you want to say something quickly about that
All
comment,
right.
Coach Matthew?
I would say that we are a sum total of our upbringing, environment, and significant emotional experiences, and we are a product of nature and nurture. And nurture can override the power of nature. That somebody is a man of God does not make him a fantastic parent.
Thank you.
A man of God is just a man of God. It's a different role. Parenting is a totally different role. The man might be busy with the work he's doing in church and forget his family.
That's
So
right.
that a man of God, the daughter of a man of God, got pregnant at the age of 19. We should ask the father, where was he? Where was the value he taught the child?
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps the nurture of our environment has changed the nature, and the child is influenced by someone else. Okay,
That's right.
I have a pastor's daughter at the age of 13. He told the parent at the age of 13, say, Dad, I want to be a Muslim. A pastor's daughter. They were going to church on a Sunday morning, and he called the father and the mother. He said, I want to be a Muslim.
Mm,
And the father were, wow, what do you mean you want to be a Muslim?
mm,
When I interviewed the girl, she has been a practicing Muslim since she was age 10. It
mm,
was only at the age of 13 she was confident enough to tell the parents.
mm.
So between ages 10 and 13, what happened to the parents? What were they teaching in church that made the girl want to choose a Muslim, become an Islam, a Muslim, instead of continue being a Christian like the father. The parents didn't do a fantastic job. Perhaps they were busy with church work, busy with what they were doing in church, and abandoned their duty as a parent. That somebody is a pastor's daughter doesn't mean, or somebody is a pastor doesn't mean the person is a fantastic parent.
Thank you so
Yes, we
much.
have the grace of God, but many times we excuse our irresponsibility with the grace of God. Many times there's the
That's
place of
right.
the grace of God, there's a place of our responsibility. But if you neglect your responsibility in the name of the grace of God, it shows that you are an irresponsible parent. It's fantastic that we want to blame God for everything and put all the responsibility of God on God. But God has given us responsibility to learn parenting. So if you have teach your child values, adequate values before the age of 12, your child will not be pregnant at the age of 19. I believe so.
Thank you so
I
much,
hope I
Coach.
answered the question well.
Absolutely, that was a great, and I hope that that response helps. If you do still have other questions, please leave it in the comment box below. And viewers, I'm so sorry that we have to go. I hate to leave you, but we've had such a fantastic time today. We had 2 sessions today, guys. This was fantastic. This was a great session with Coach Matthew. If you missed any part of it, please go back to the replay. This is a video that is going to be around for a very long time because intentional parenting is something that I support and stand strongly for. So please, if you're a parent, you have to move from being just a parent to being an intentional parent. Have a wonderful day, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Coach Matthew, and we hope to see you again
Thank you for having me.
on
Thank
Friday
you
at
so much.
9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Thank you. Bye for now.